Gunter. This is Shay Burns, and I'm doing a little recap over week 2. This week we went on 3 excursions as a group. We went to a TV station, we went to the Port Authority, and we went to Parliament. My personal favorite was going to the Port Authority. I really liked how the lecture that they gave us tied into the presentation that they gave us after the fact. The presentation that they gave us was an on-hands experience, so they take you on a boat through the port, so you can see all the different parts of the port up close and personal. Our tour guide for the port ran us through all the logistics as to how the port runs, and I found the fact about the shipping containers to be the most interesting. It's funny, the tour guide asked us questions about how much a shipping container cost. Used, it was $5,000. New, it was $10,000. And they have shipping containers that are refrigerated, and that one was $20,000. I got them all right during the excursion. And then this weekend, or this previous 4-day weekend, we took a trip to Italy. We went to Milan, Venice, and Rome. We got to see the Pope speak in person at the Vatican City, and I think that the Basilica is nothing compared to anything else that I've seen in Europe. It's so grand, and it was really cool to be able to get actually holy water from one of the holiest places on earth. And that concludes my week 2 in Barcelona. Thank you.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? I just went to one of the hat shops in the Gothic Quarter, and I met the owner, Franklin, and then 2 new employees that he's actually training today, Chloe and Arthur. And I got to talk to them, and I ended up getting this no brim hat. But it was cool, like him telling me about, like, you know, the hat business in Europe, and like the different companies that we know in America, like Stetson, for example. They make a lot of stuff in Europe that isn't available in America, not just cowboy hats. I'm pretty sure this one right here I have on is a Stetson. I think it's on the side somewhere, but yeah, so Franklin just told me about all that. Told me about his experiences traveling the world, and Tokyo, Japan, a lot of the Asian countries. But it was a really cool experience. It's cool meeting people and getting to hear like how they started their business. And yeah, it was cool meeting like people he was just training that day and that just started, and hearing where they're from. Like Arthur was telling me he was from France, and then he moved to LA for a bit, and he ended up moving back because of an injury here to Barcelona. But he's saying he's trying to learn Catalonian.
Ciao y buonasera from Portofino. This weekend I'm on a weekender trip to Milan, but today I'm in Portofino on the coast of Italy. It is a beautiful day out, and as you can see behind me is a port, the port of Portofino. Here is a lot different from the ones in Barcelona, because Barcelona is a major import and export capital, but here, for example, it's mainly just tourism, which is also in similarity to Barcelona. Something very interesting that I learned in our lecture at the World Trade Center, which was excellent, by the way, very good speaker, was that they include a lot of different inclusions to set themselves apart from other coastal cities that have major ports, as well as new improvements in reduced energy consumption and AI. But for now, I get to look over this beautiful view and have a great time in Italy, and I will see everyone this week.
This is Maximiliano Guerrero, and I'm here. I stayed in Barcelona for the weekend, and I took a little hike, and at the top of the hill I get this great view, first of Mauricio, and then look at this. You can see the whole city It's kind of cool because the sun is setting right now and it's reflecting on all the buildings and everything. But this weekend was a great one. I learned a lot of things. Life was great, has been great. This week has been probably the second highlight of my trip. And I learned a lot about the world trade and like the boating and how the boats actually come into the port, and about the future of Barcelona and the future of the port and how they're going to convert into electric things so that we don't have to keep the engines of the boats running and waste a lot of fuel, and instead we can just use plugs that we find at the ports. And once again, look at this view. Like this shit, this is crazy. And you can see all the way to the ocean and the airport and everything. It's one of my new favorite spots for sure.
Hi, my name is Nicole Cox. I am a marketing major with a sales concentration, and today I am in Amsterdam. And I'm going to be talking about the macro and micro environments. So parts of the micro environments are surrounding me right now. For example, the businesses and tourist shops that are all around me. The economy in Amsterdam relies heavily on the tourists and the businesses here. On the other hand, the macro environmental factors are things you can't control, like natural forces and political forces. For example, the canals are some of the natural forces. Amsterdam's economy relies heavily on the canals, as there's been canal tours, as you can see. And if some sort of macro environmental force happen, it can affect Amsterdam's economy. Another big difference between Amsterdam and the United States, if you can't tell by my outfit, it's really cold right now, it's 50 degrees, and in Texas right now it's probably 90-ish, so that's another big difference. But yeah, bye from Amsterdam.
Rise when I